Uni.
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 You went uni.
Just uni. University.
No, I know what uni
Short
stands for. Yeah, no. Hedges.
Why are you looking at me? It's his turn.
I know, I'm just looking at you.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we've gone back to basics. We've got some classic segments. We have Imposter and we have Compare and Contrast. But before that, throughout the week, we got me and Miguel. We have Senny.
Hello.
Kush.
Yes, sir.
And Full House with Rowie.
G'day, boys. Today we're drinking Yaru Still Mineral Water. I wonder what this will taste like. It is refreshing, my dear friends.
Can you taste the spring?
I don't know what spring it's come from. I can't taste it, but it is what it is, boys. I've got a quick yarn from last week. So I went snorkeling the other day, and it was a beautiful experience, I got to say. You know, we didn't have any fins. We just got the little mask and the little snorkel. Went around to Shelley Beach in Manly and had a delightful experience just having a look at the fish. After we snorkeled, we were just like chilling on the beach for a bit. And that's when the panic started to set in. In the water, there was a little bit of a commotion. So we're like, what's doing? And people are yelling, call the ambulance, call the ambulance. So I, famously, never called 000 before. I thought, you know what? This is my chance to be an absolute hero. So I got on the phone with 000. Meanwhile, people are yelling around like, oh, this lady's had a heart attack. She's like in the water drowning. Like, call the ambulance. So I'm on the phone with the ambo and I'm like, hey, this lady's had a heart attack. And then I get hit with the, how do you know?
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I don't really know, but like she's in the water. There are people like saying that she's had a heart attack. And the Triple O's operator was like, well, can you get to her? I was like, no, she's in the water. And then she's like, so then how do you know she's got a heart attack? And I was like, brother, look, this is what I am being told, right? I am relaying second-hand information. Eventually, they get this lady onto the sand, and then I'm on the phone with the 0 operator who's just like asking me hella questions. You know, how old is this woman? I'm like, look, I've told you she's in the water. I've got no idea. And then she's like, all right, well, if you can't get to this lady, then there's no point calling. And then hung up on me.
I refuse to believe this story.
Why not?
What?
I have a witness, brother.
This seems like negligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolute negligence. All I can think of is that, I don't know, maybe there was like heaps of people calling. And so they had someone with better information.
Gotcha.
But this has really turned me off calling the cops / ambulance.
I don't think that's how they're meant to deal with that situation.
I know they ask a lot of questions, especially when it's like something that's traumatic because they want to keep you busy, essentially.
No, but I'm not the one in the traumatic situation.
But you never know because you're calling 000 for a specific reason, right? So that's why I know they ask a lot of information, but that sounded different.
That sounded hostile.
Yeah, was the questions genuinely for more information or was it hostile?
The questions were for more information. However, it was a hostile question and answer. It wasn't like, it wasn't, there was no empathy in her voice is what I was feeling. All I wanted was like after I said she's in the water, surely, I don't know, she's probably got some script that she has to read. But I'm obviously not near the woman who's had a heart attack or has been injured.
Maybe they can't just send out ambulances willy-nilly.
Yeah, based on someone's
hearsay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe you got to have a plan for what happens in the water.
So did the ambulance show up?
The helicopter showed up, ambulance showed up.
So maybe it is what I think Mana said, where there's so
Someone
many
else
people.
must have called. Yeah.
No, but I feel like this operator should be like, dude, I don't know what's happened there, but I was like, wow.
Surely Roe should get the information that, they'll be like, oh, we've got a lot of calls about Shelley Beach. Is this the same person?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot as well. So I was like, I'm in Shelley. Where's the location? That was the first question. I was like, I'm Shelley Beach, Manly. And she's like, is that Shelley Beach? Or Shelley Beach, Manly? I was like, dude, just chill.
Sounds like you're talking to AI, dude. Dead set.
No, it was pretty hostile. And I think now in an emergency, mate, bystander. I thought today I'll be a hero. Today I'll call the ambulance. But I've copped a spray from the lady at 000. Never
don't believe
again.
in the system anymore.
I'm not even kidding. I was a little bit shaken up because like obviously like when you call 000, that's like a serious thing. And I immediately already felt nervous.
Of course, yeah.
And then I get sprayed by the lady.
And then you have our friend Rohan on the other hand, who used to call 000 just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did the police, what was he saying to the police for them to come? For like just people hanging around outside his apartment.
No, you can call the police for anything. Sitting outside, we were living with each other.
But how
Outside
come
the
he never got a
balcony.
hostile reaction?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm sure Rohan had a prepared set of answers
He must have been selling an
to be
absolute
able
dream.
to get the police to come. You know, right here was going
I was
off the
rattled.
cuff.
I was first of all, I was already rattled because there was a lady dying in the water.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like that already shook me up. By the way, she's fine.
How do you know?
Well, because I was checking the news to see if there was like someone who died.
Ah, yeah.
No one died.
True.
One news channel.
No,
Sure.
look, a lot of news
Which
channels
news channel?
and Reddit. Look, 7 News. All right, the good people.
Is this
at
how you
7
handle the
News-
questions on the phone? Because I wouldn't bring an ambulance out. You're a nervous wreck.
No, I was nervous. I'll say that I was nervous, but I just expected a little bit more love and sympathy from the operator. I didn't want to be coddled, but I wanted at least a little bit of understanding that I couldn't get to her because she's in the water.
Yeah, that makes. Did you leave some customer feedback? Was it like a satisfaction form?
No, there wasn't a stay on the line for 5 seconds to answer a short survey for the chance to win a gift card. There was none of that.
Got a quick one as well, boys. I'm out of my moon boot now, so I'm doing physiotherapy sessions twice a week. And Migs, you've also gone to this physio before. This guy's a character. He's a good lad, and he's got some good stories. And he
Shout out
told me
Grant.
once-
Shout out Grant.
Yeah, shout out Grant, absolute lad. And he was telling me this story about his younger days, and he was absolute hoon. So this guy he's maybe what, 5 foot, dare I say 4 or 5, small man. But back in the day, he used to be basically a professional bodybuilder.
Even to this day, though, he's still built. He's
He's
still
ripped.
When you're 5'4" and jacked, like you look
5'4",
already
I think, is a
bigger.
bit.
Yeah, a bit of great.
Maybe
Maybe
exaggeration.
5'6".
Like your height, Ro.
No, he's definitely shorter than Ro. Definitely shorter than Ro. So he's not a tall guy, but he was jacked back in the day.
Mm.
And so he was telling me a story about how 10 years ago he signed up for the reality TV show Beauty and the Geek. And so his
As the beauty or
as the geek.
right?
So he was going to go undercover as a geek to see how far he could get.
Oh, so he's not a geek.
He's
But-
not a geek.
He wanted to be a geek.
Because the prize of the show was $120,000. And essentially the way the show works is you go in as a geek, and then at the end, whoever has the biggest transformation from geek to not geek gets the $120,000. So obviously he's not a geek. So he's already, the transformation's easy for him.
He's already sleek. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Mm.
So he went undercover, and apparently his friend had done this a couple of times where he's also gone undercover to try and get into these. Apparently it's a thing that they used to do.
Right.
So
You know, we play football on the weekend. They apply for Beauty and the Geek every week.
That really, that's actually quite disappointing to hear just quietly because I was
What?
a big fan of Beauty and the Geek.
Because you could relate.
Not because I could relate, because I just thought it was like a fun show. You know, all these like nerds getting turned around by these beautiful women. It was a delightful concept.
So he went to a couple of the auditions, and the first audition was a massive warehouse with like 400 neeks. And it was like from all across New South Wales, and they all congregate in this one place.
Yeah.
And his friend told him that as soon as you walk into the audition room, like the producers and directors are already watching you.
Right.
Like they're watching how you interact with other people, how you kind of just carry yourself. So he knew straight away he had to kind of blend in with the other neeks. So he saw that he walked past these group of like nerds, and they were full talking about like famous battles in history, like the Battle of Trafalgar.
Yeah.
And this guy's obviously not a nerd. So he's like, what the fuck is this like? So he stayed away from those guys. And he saw this guy in the corner playing some sort of device by himself. So he walked over, was like, oh man, is that the new iPad? And the guy, the nerd's like, huh, is this an iPad? What kind of iPad has a USB-A connector?
Yeah.
And my mate's like, oh, I was joking. I knew that wasn't an iPad. I just wanted to see if you knew. And the guy's
That's
like,
already showing too much like self-awareness, low key.
Too many social skills.
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, like, what are you playing? And he's like, oh, I'm playing Angry Birds.
Mm.
And then my mate, obviously, because he's against the nerds, he's like, oh, isn't that a kid's game?
Yeah.
And then apparently the nerd started arcing up and stood up and was like, what do you mean by that? And now everyone is looking, and he's like, oh, no, man, I don't want any trouble.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be here. And then, so he was full dressed up, and this guy's actually, he was a physio back then. And so he brought in a massive, like a full-size skeleton. And so everyone had to go up on stage, and then they would ask you questions. And so this guy went up, and they're like,
Of like
oh,
anatomy.
of anything. They
Because you
could
got
ask
to prove your nerdness.
Correct.
Right.
So your area of
I
expertise.
see like a special topic.
Correct.
Okay.
And so he went up, and they're like, oh, what's your special topic? And it's like, oh, I'm an expert of physiotherapy and the body, blah, 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 blah. It's like, and I come up with mnemonics to help people learn about the body. And they're like, all right, give us an example. He's like, all right, pretty women like hot men with muscles. And they're like, what the hell does that mean? And he's like, it's actually all the bodies in the abdominal system. And he like
Right.
full rattled off all the like scientific names, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, this guy actually knows what he's talking about."
Mm.
So he got through the first round of auditions.
Well done.
And so he got through 2 more rounds, and he got to the very final round of auditions where it was him and 5 others, and they were going to take 3. So pretty good
chance.
odds. Turns out his mate was dating the cousin of one of the producers,
Right.
and his mate's a massive idiot. And so the night before the auditions, his mate and his girlfriend went out to dinner with the producer. It's like, "Oh, you're going to meet my mate Grant tomorrow. He somehow bullshitted his way to the final round."
Oh,
no.
my God.
So first thing, he goes there, he gets up on stage, and the lady asks him point blank, "Do you know Jared?"
Ah.
And my mate's like, "Nah, never heard of a Jared in my life." But they just asked him, rattled a few more questions, and in the end, they chose 3 other people.
Yeah.
But then a week later, they called him back and say, "Hey, we liked you. Obviously, we knew you were bullshitting, but we want to come up with like a special role for you in the TV show where you come in as like an intruder and like you
Special guest.
and you like try and shake up the show." And he's
Well,
like, "Oh yeah, this sounds
What do they
good."
call it in Love Island? Those ones where they introduce random
They call, I think they call them
bombshells. It's a bombshell
So it
before
was
a
going to be that
bombshell.
sort of thing. And my mate's like, "Oh yeah, sounds good. How much do I get paid for it?" They're like, "Completely free."
A
And he's like,
volunteer role.
"Nah, no, thank you."
Bit of work experience.
But maybe he should have done it even for
That's what I
free.
said.
I think
But
that's
this
a fun thing to do.
So this was
okay.
back in 2014. So this is before the age of like if you went on a reality show and you could blow up on social media. That wasn't a thing back
No,
then.
but even then, like, it's a bit of fun, go on TV, tell your kids a nice little story about how you were on Beauty and the Geek.
Act like a nerd for a bit. What's the harm?
And I can't stress how ripped this bloke was. He said at his peak he had 6% body fat.
Mm.
He showed me a video of his legs, and it's just pure muscle. There's
Striations,
nothing else
brother.
there. You could literally see the muscles bulging.
What would your strategy be if you were to get into Beauty and the Geek?
Well, he asked me, "Have I ever tried to get onto any TV shows?" And I'm like, "No, I realize I've lived a very boring life. I haven't tried to sneak onto any TV show."
My special skill. What's your special skill, Kush?
What's my special?
Surely just movie nerd.
Yeah, I just rattle off some movies. That's it.
I don't think that's nerdy enough.
Yeah,
like,
it's not nerdy, and like my knowledge is not to that level.
But
right?
what's like round 2, round 3? Like after you do the special skills, are we just thinking?
it's like
how
so
on the
after
spectrum
that's like
these kids
second
are?
one. The second one was like they ask you questions like, the girls are in the pool. What do you do then? How do you react? And then my mate's like, "Well, if it was my actual answer, I would take my shirt off and jump into the pool with them."
Yeah, but what's
obviously
the
you have to
real
be a nerd,
answer?
So it's like, "Oh,
I'd be scared.
I'll timidly walk up to the pool and put my feet into the pool and sit next to them and try and talk to them."
Mm. Yeah,
They-
I
this
tip my
people studied
fedora.
all of this.
Call him a lady.
Yeah.
Is that the gear? That's a
Tip-
great story.
Tip
though.
the hat type vibe.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that's a fun idea. It's a shame that he didn't get on it. But like, could he still win $100,000 if he was?
Basically,
on the
he
show?
was saying that if he got on, it was pretty much guaranteed he was going to win 100,000.
What do you mean guaranteed?
Because at some point they have a makeover or something,
Yeah,
right?
basically.
So what, is all of a sudden he's going to realize, oh, fuck, I was actually ripped this whole time?
Adonis, who is an absolute, sort with the ladies.
No, so that means he's gonna wear baggy clothes for the whole
That's
season.
what, yeah. So he wore like a really baggy shirt.
Yeah.
He wore like suspenders, glasses.
So you went stereo. Did he gel his hair beyond belief?
Yeah, he showed me the photo. He actually looked like a nerd. Like
Yeah.
he was him with like suspenders, a baggy shirt, slick back hair, glasses, and he was holding like the whole skeleton.
Mm.
It looked good. It looked believable.
Could we do a row?
What?
Hop on, try to get into a TV show.
No, but I don't think our transformations would be as drastic as this guy.
Yeah.
Because like if you go from like nerd to like shredded, that's a crazy
But
transformation.
maybe not Beauty and the Geek. Are there any other reality TV shows you think you'd want to hop into, Ro?
Love Island, you reckon, Ro?
Nah, sack Love Island
Love on the
off.
Spectrum.
Honestly, I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. I watched my first ever episode of that show the other day, and it seems like just a lot of fun. To be honest, like challenges like eating cockroaches, living in the land. It's quite fun.
What was that show back in the day? Fear Factor or something, where you just eat
Oh, Joe Rogan.
random things. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Reckon
Nah.
you could do that, Ro?
Nah.
Every second challenge, like, be in a room of spiders for
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know, 10 minutes.
Let's drown you, but let's have snakes biting you while you drown. But but there's some psychos out there. But I think I could do all right at that show, to be honest.
He also told me, Grant quickly told me that his business partner's son won the first season of F-Boy Island, Australia.
I didn't
There's
even know what
something
that
happening in
show's.
that physiotherapy.
What's F Boy
clinic.
Island?
they get an island.
Yeah.
I think they just fill it with the fuck boys.
But you have to try and find the one that isn't a fuckboy.
Oh wow, what a concept!
All right, we're moving on to the last part of the log, which is the continuation of our series, Cop or Not. And this week, we've been sent in through email by Darcy a version of Monopoly that has been made by Officeworks. So if we look at the board itself, all the properties are pretty much just locations. office work locations. And so if you look at the brown, which is the cheapest one, we've got Bundaberg and Wagga Wagga. I actually had no idea Bundaberg was a location.
You just thought it was a drink.
I thought it was a drink with a polar bear in front of it.
That's crazy, dude.
The community chest and the chance are exactly the same.
That's
So
fine.
The design's the same, but instead of the normal train stations that they have, they've got customer fulfillment centers. And that's just like the 4 places where there must be: New South Wales, Victoria.
Queensland.
Yeah.
You
And
want
I'm-
office supplies? Hit those up.
There you go. I'm having a look at the cards and the money. All of them are in the same exact currency: 510s, 5s, 500s. There's no design difference. They all look exactly the same.
Mm.
The houses and hotels look exactly the same. I don't know. I thought I wanted maybe some special Officeworks dice. You know, maybe a little blue and white color one. You don't get that. It's just double whites.
So minimal customization is what we're seeing.
Respectfully, this is the worst Monopoly I've ever seen in my life. To be quite frank.
It's not exciting.
No, sorry. Officeworks fulfillment centers as the train stations is ridiculous.
What else
And
could
then-
they do?
And then the problem is, right, like with regular Monopoly, all
Yeah.
the properties have like kind of different designs.
Yeah.
But then in this board, right, Shepperton, Chadstone, it's just a slab of like an Officeworks. It's probably not even like it's not even the Officeworks from that city. It's just a generic Officeworks plastered on every single screen.
And if you look even more into it, so obviously in some parts of the board there are 2 properties right next to each other.
Mm.
They can't have the photo of Officeworks exactly as it is for the identical, basically for the same one. So they flip it, so it looks symmetrical. So if you look at the photo, it's just a flipped Officeworks for the second property.
I respectfully, right, there are so many Monopoly variants out there.
Yeah.
I'll even take the Parramatta Officeworks.
Seti, we went to the Monopoly thing in
Yeah.
Melbourne. We saw all different kinds of versions of Monopoly. Where are you ranking this amongst
Dude,
all of
this
those?
is in the bottom 10 percentile.
But the problem is, right, this had so much potential. Like,
Did it?
Yeah, isn't like
Where are the improvements?
I reckon they've actually done. This is the best they could have done.
They've
Actually done-
maximized the potential of an Officeworks
I reckon they
Monopoly.
could have made it a little bit funnier. Like instead of go to jail, it could be like go to a competitor, Mitre 10 or something like that. I don't know what's a competitor.
yeah,
for
go to the
Officeworks.
printing section.
Yeah, something like that.
But I think how they could have made it creative is, first of all, like if you have Chadstone as the blue, the premium location, at least have a photo of the Chadstone Monopoly. The Officeworks in Chadstone.
I don't know. Having Chadstone as the top.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
most-
like the locations themselves are not well
Like,
selected.
I'm not fighting for Chadstone. It's not like a Park Place in the original Monopoly. I'm not getting excited about Chadstone.
Sure, like Sydney CBD or something. Melbourne CBD. That surely is a
No,
hot property.
But I don't think there's an Officeworks in the city.
There is. It's a big one as well. So I think,
It's near the Carter, I'm pretty sure.
Well, Sydney didn't even get a shout out there.
There
I'm not
is.
even- there's what?
There's like Penrith.
There's
somewhere
Penrith.
floating
yeah,
around.
Penrith is representing the great city of Sydney.
So
I think with Monopoly boards, the only way I would even think about buying one is how like customized they are, essentially. If I can really lean into the customization of the Monopoly board, like for example, income tax, that remains for all of the Monopoly boards as well. They could have done something sillier, like no refunds or something like that. So based on that, for me, like this is just not a good board. It's not something I'd cop.
I don't want to be negative here, but like I actually think it's a great idea to make it Monopoly, but you could have been a bit funnier about it.
just for a bit of context, it says that everyone got one for free a few years ago. All the employees got one for free for Christmas.
Oh yeah,
I think that's collecting dust on the shelf.
You're not bringing it out.
You're not taking it for free even.
So I'll take it.
of course.
All right. But it's sitting on the boys are over. You got some board games out. Is Officeworks Monopoly making the table?
It might.
Would you bring out an original Monopoly or Officeworks Monopoly?
Original.
No, I reckon I'm bringing out the special edition.
Yeah, to laugh at. Not like play seriously.
But if you do want to buy one, there's
How do you
one
put a
on-
hotel? How do you put a hotel on Officeworks?
Thinking about
Surely
the
you have to
actual
expand the land. Surely that is the
That's
play,
actually a
not
very good
Do
question.
you know what I'm saying? Like, the game mechanics don't even make sense. Houses and hotels.
the mechanics.
But if you do want to cop one, there's one on eBay for $120. So.
There you go. People want to sell it as well, dude. Cop? No way. Not. It's a not. Okay, friends, this week's game is Impostor. We've played it before. If you're on TikTok, you might know what it is, but if you are not sure, I am the game master today, and I have a list of people. Every round, I'll send two of the boys the name of the person, and then the third person will get Impostor. They won't know who it is. And then we'll go around the room, take turns. You get to say clue each. So we'll go around, and then the aim of the game is for the imposter to somehow, through the clues, guess who the person is, or the other two figure out who the imposter is. We'll just figure out First two, whichever one, we'll go from there. We ready, boys?
Yes, sir.
So
Alrighty, I have sent the first clue. Today's theme, all people will be from TV shows. So fictional people from TV shows. Theme should make it easier. Ro, we'll start with you. 1 or 2 word clues only, please.
bad.
Movie star.
White.
All right, I already immediately know who this is. Just quietly. I'm going to go Malcolm.
It's all right. 2 words. We're allowed 2 words, right?
I thought it was 1 word, brother.
No,
1
I
or
think-
2 words, I said.
Oh, did you?
I'll give you the creative freedom to go 1 or 2
Alright.
words.
I couldn't finish off the meme, but it's all right.
I don't know the meme
Okay.
that you're referring to. I'll be completely
Well,
frank.
that's-
Do you know Mix?
I can't say I do,
Okay,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
but I'm not playing, so it doesn't really matter.
I got goatee.
I'll go misunderstood. Yeah, how are you going to try and sell this,
Okay,
Kush?
alright. Glasses.
All right. Surely we just send Kush to the gulag and call it a day.
Yeah. All right, Kush.
You think I'm the imposter?
Now we think
You're
you're,
definitely the
imposter.
imposter, but can you guess who it is?
I guess who it is. Okay. You said white, said goatee, you said Malcolm, I think, and you said something else. I can't remember. Walter White.
Well done.
Well done.
Walter White is correct. But do we win that because we got him?
Nah, he wins.
He wins because he got it.
Because
How
he
did
guessed
you
it.
figure out that it was
Because
me?
if you call
From
him
your
out,
very first
said
one.
movie
Yeah,
star,
movie
brother.
star.
Movie star.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston's a movie star.
But the clue's Walter White, not Brian
Yeah,
Cranston.
fair enough, fair enough.
Because you called him out, there's no more clues, but he still got it, so he gets the point. All right, that's round 1. We've got a feel of the game now. Round 2, I've texted the boys their person/imposter. Kush, we'll start with you. We'll go around the room this time.
Okay. Lazy.
Say coffee.
I'll say famous.
I'm going to say relationships.
I see what you're getting at there. Yep. Yep.
Mm. Mm. Say apartment.
I'll say big city.
What's a big cities in the world, bro?
Maybe
No,
one in
You
particular.
can't say more than 2 words, mate. Come on.
Yeah, sorry.
Can't ruin the,
Sorry, you're right.
the
You're right.
game.
You're right. I will say blonde.
Would you?
I would. At times.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one at all. Can I call out Kush as being the imposter again?
I think that's a little bit sus from you. Low key.
Okay. Well, you know what? You decide who you want. I know my answer.
But why would you say blonde?
Yeah, why would you say big city?
You know why?
Yeah.
Do I know why?
Well, no, obviously you
if
don't
you
know,
know,
why.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm putting my hand up. I'm calling Kush out as the imposter.
It has to be Kush as the
Can I
imposter
call
back to
out
back.
someone as the imposter as well?
You can,
But,
but you have to convince around the room, like the majority,
Okay.
which is 2 of you.
I definitely think it's Ro.
Okay.
I 100% think Ro's the imposter.
So if you're voting for each other, you two, Sen is the one you have to convince, basically.
Yeah, because
both
Sen-
of you have to convince Sen.
Your first hint was very specific about a trait.
Hmm.
And if you think deeply about mine, they do
Yeah.
hit as well.
Hmm.
Ro's ones were so vague.
He
It
just
could
went,
be-
yeah, it's vague, but you just went blonde.
No, in one season. That's why. It's very specific.
Yeah,
guy's
you know
wa-
what? I'm with Kush on this one.
No,
Yes.
this guy's waffling on.
This guy has said his hints which match
Go
up
one more
with
time.
multiple sitcoms.
No, Rose the imposter.
No,
Rose
give me-
the
alright, go
imposter.
one more
Rose the
round.
imposter.
Rose the imposter.
Rose the imposter.
We both agree Rose
Rose
the
the
imposter.
Are you locking it in?
Yes.
Are you locking it in?
Yes.
Who's the person, Ro?
I'm thinking someone from Friends. Is it Jennifer Aniston?
That's not a fictional
Rachel
character.
Green?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
Let's
Well done.
go.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, Ro. Well done.
I wonder who the imposter's going to be now.
Alrighty, that is 2 rounds. The imposter has 1 each round. I wonder who the imposter will be this round. No, we're playing 5 rounds, so it generally could be anyone. Sen, you start. We're going around the room, so Sen, you.
It's going to be hard to
All right.
guess a clue about being the imposter.
All right. We'll go. Famous.
No, he's got to go, bro. He's got to
Should we just
go.
call him out, Ro? No, we'll do a round.
No. Give an actual clue. You can't go just famous.
You heard it. Famous.
How can we do this?
To be fair,
Well, then you start. Go start.
Go on,
Go
Ro.
through the clues.
Yeah.
Famous? I'll go renowned if we're going to play that game.
All right, fine. Big name.
All right, now the game actually starts. Can we actually play now properly?
Hey Siri, synonyms for famous. All right. Loser.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna go nerd.
Relationships.
Be any show of all time, bro.
Just think deep.
Bar.
Okay. You go bar. I'll go like bet, like betting.
Betting, you say.
Umbrella.
Apartment.
I don't know now. This is both of you are dropping such vague clues.
There's a lot of
man.
recycling of clues.
Yeah.
How is mine vague at all? Just quietly.
See, in this one, the imposter knows, believe. They know.
They know, yeah.
They know.
They know who it is immediately.
Well, if you know, then say it. You know?
That's true. If you know, say it.
Please.
Kush.
I'm asking you, Kush, or Sen.
Who are we up to?
It's me.
Right, yeah.
Alright.
He's taking his time, I have to say.
You can just win now, imposter.
You can.
All
Imposter.
right, I am the imposter.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
I think it's How I Met Your Mother, but I haven't watched enough to know the characters. So I'm just gonna go Barney Stinson.
Yeah,
Unlucky.
you're wrong. You're wrong.
It's Ted Mosby.
Oh, Schmosby.
Oh, Schmosby. Wowie. The boys have won. Imposter has lost. I am sending the fourth one as we speak. We're going back around the room. We start with Ro. They've all checked their phones. We're ready to go. Ro, take it away, please, sir.
I'm gonna go apartment.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Relationships.
Who's all of these, bro? Get creative.
Lazy. Friends.
Uni.
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 You went uni.
Just uni. University.
No, I know what uni
Short
stands for. Yeah, no. Mr. Abbreviation over here. I will go for nerds. Not to be confused with the candy nerds.
I wasn't confused.
Thanks, mate.
Go. Virgins.
All right, Kush. I think you've given it away a little bit.
Have I?
I think Sen is the imposter.
You think Sen's the imposter?
Do you think I'm the imposter?
I think
I
you're,
think
the,
you're
you're
the
the
imposter.
Of course, he thinks I'm the
Uni.
imposter.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah.
Why not uni?
Why not uni?
Why not?
It's perhaps because I might not know much about the fictional character, and uni does not ring a bell.
Oh, okay. Yes, I see what's happened here.
Whereas, okay,
I see what's happened here.
you've seen what's happened here.
Let me turn it around for the
Please
program.
turn the tables.
I'm gonna go south.
What?
The tables have not been turned; they have gone further away. I would say
Don't give any more clues away.
the
Sen,
game is to give
all right,
clues, bro.
let me tell you what's happened. Right?
Okay.
You've gone nerds.
Yeah,
Sen's seen no one disagree with that,
and he's followed up
and
with
gone
a,
adjacent with virgins.
That is true.
You know,
No,
What if?
By the
you know
way-
what? He's
by the way-
imposter.
I've got a clue that I think we'll be
No,
able to.
no.
That will be able to.
bruv.
Shut up! I know one of you two are the imposters. All
All
right,
right,
one of you two are the imposters.
It's Ro, man.
3 in a row. You
Say
reckon?
you. Uni,
one,
bro.
one of you guys are going to convince me here. I'm
Okay.
going to say information technology.
Yeah, bro. I know. Mine is the Tiz.
He's got to go, bro. He's got to go. He's clearly dropped in a red herring.
Okay, bro, you got to tell me one more. One more. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay,
here.
Sen, brother, he just jumped on that immediately. I'm telling you, look at your phone right now. Look at the character. Look at the character.
I know who I've seen it. Mix has sent it to me. I'm not sure what other information I'm going to see by looking at it again.
Why is this so hostile?
Bro, you need to convince me.
I don't want him to guess it. That's the problem.
Okay.
That's the point of the game.
Can you think of another very specific
Uni
clue?
was a dead set amazing clue.
There is one more clue I can say.
No, you can't say it. It's his turn now. The imposter's
No,
turn.
he's already said it.
What did he say?
The Tiz.
He said the Tiz.
Wow, I know who it is.
Okay. I am leaning
You're
more
the
towards
imposter,
you.
bro.
Okay, no, Sen, convince me why it's Ro.
He said Uni.
Okay. But
Wait, Kush, who do you think it is right now?
Brother,
As of this moment,
I think Sen is the imposter as of this moment.
what's making you not 100%?
I don't know what Uni and South are.
Exactly.
Am I
He's just
reading the wrong
throwing up- He's just
character?
throwing up random names, bro.
Uni might ring a bell, but South I do not.
No, this guy's got to go. I'm just going to vote Kush just for the fun of it now. So let's get rid of him.
Kush is the imposter.
Okay, well, are you sure you want to do that? 'Cause I know the character.
Sam, guess the character.
You're the imposter.
No, this guy's got to go.
Okay, all right. Oh, this is tough. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna go say Sen's the
Yeah.
imposter as well.
It's Sheldon Cooper.
No, it's not. It's Penny, you
Oh,
idiot.
well done, Ro. Well done,
Fuck.
Ro. Well done. What was South?
She's from the South.
Okay.
Uni, by the way, as well. Everyone's given clues. What's wrong with Uni? They work at a university, the nerds.
Do they work at a university?
Yeah, they're like lecturers and like physicists from the uni.
She doesn't.
No, she doesn't. But then they're talking nerds and virgins and stuff.
That is true. We were associating with the other characters.
Exactly.
Don't say we because he has no clue.
I've never watched
To be
Big
fair,
Bang
most
Theory.
of his stuff did line up as well.
No, it didn't. He just
Tears,
went
virgins,
off you.
Yeah, it kind of all checks out.
No, Penny doesn't even. Anyways, look. All
He's
right.
got the right show though, so.
No, you got the right show. How did you get the right show? Is it the nerds? It was the nerds.
No, I was just thinking of all the sitcoms. I'm like, next would be Big Bang Theory.
We've got one more round, boys. We've got one more round. My golly gosh. All right, I send the boys the last and final person. I believe, Kush, it is your turn going around the room, so you can start.
Hedges.
Why are you looking at me? It's his turn.
I know, I'm just looking at you.
All right. 10.
Famous.
Nah, this guy's got to go, bruv. This guy's absolutely got to
Give me something
go.
very niche, because I'm hoping you understand what Hedges
I know
is.
exactly what you're going for.
Okay, give me
All right.
something then. Very niche. Come on, think. Get
All
into
right.
that knowledge.
Little clue for you, Sen. I haven't really seen this show much.
Why the what the? Why are you dropping this man hints? What the?
Because I'm going to give you a clue.
Okay.
All right?
Don't be like, there is a lot of information around this character.
No, I know.
So give me something specific.
As much as I could give you specific, I'm going to say bald.
Don't worry. Okay.
Bruv, how many characters are bald? How many of them?
Well, Walter White was bald, but all right.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
What
For
a
a bit,
hat,
actually.
bro.
He transformed into the baldness, I wanted to say.
Heisenberg.
Okay. Well, it's my clue
Or
now.
a fedora, didn't he?
Mate, this guy's dropped famous.
Famous is
He
a
is
great clue, one would say.
He is famous.
Is a great
He's such
clue.
a famous character.
He,
Yeah.
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 this guy's got to go, dude. Immediately got to go.
Catchphrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm all about the catchphrase. What's the catchphrase, Sen? Say it right now. What is it?
Wait, are we still playing the game?
Yeah, we're still playing the game.
I still think one of you is the imposter.
It's definitely not me.
No, no, it's not you.
Yeah. So is it you?
Cartoon. Yeah. What now?
Has this guy just sent?
Here we
To
go.
all three of us.
Here we go.
Or he sent us
Which
three
one of
different-
you is the imposter
Yeah,
now?
yeah, hold on. Let's just
All right.
think here.
Okay.
all right?
Okay. Has Manu been devious enough to do that? We're going round and round, ring of rosies.
Three
He's the
idiots.
game master, the imposter here.
Three monkeys just pointing the finger at each other.
No comment.
Okay. You got it.
Wait, did you actually?
No comment.
delve?
No,
in-
Actually, tell us if you have. Otherwise, we're going to be here. For
No,
the
I
next
haven't.
minute.
I haven't.
he
I
obviously
haven't.
hasn't.
I
Okay.
haven't.
Delve into the knowledge. Get into the knowledge. Come on.
Access that knowledge, bro.
Come on. Think.
God damn it.
Stop yelling.
He's
like
such
my-
a simple soul. Don't know.
My dad at
You're
the
hurting
dinner
him.
table, bro. All right.
Yeah, what's 5 times 5, bro?
All right. Now I don't know who to believe because
Oh
Kush
my
is chucking out crazy clues right
Guys
now.
yapping on, bro.
Japanese.
Give me something specific.
Okay. I'll give you something specific. I don't know if I can do that.
Fire
Sen,
the imposter.
Can you give me something
It's
specific?
his turn,
I know,
though.
but I'm because it's gonna eventually go to you.
Okay. I think Sen knows the show. Now he's trying to figure out the character, right?
Yeah.
So
I know the character. He sent it to me.
I'm
What are
I'm
you
gonna
talking
try
Go to
and
the associates.
I'm gonna throw you off the case. I'm gonna throw him off the case a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Throw him off.
about? Isn't that telltale signs that he's the imposter?
Let's go. Let's go. Orchestra.
So now he wants you to give him an actual clue so he can figure it out, and then I'll give an actual clue, and then he'll work.
How
it
is
out.
that though? As a little sneaky hint,
Honestly, not very good.
bro. How do I convince this man?
Not very good. Orchestra. What is this
Think-
fucking
think-
John Williams bro over here?
Daniel Barenboim. So think about the affiliated characters in this show.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What are we
I'm
doing
thinking
here?
here, all right?
And now think, okay, right.
Okay.
Give me a clue then.
I'm thinking about associate characters here as well, okay? I'm thinking Red Button.
Now that's confused me a little bit. Oh, but I see it.
Sen, do you see it? Give me something specific, Sen, please. None of this famous trash.
He's
Can
going
I say a name? Would that help you out?
But if he gives you a name from the TV series, why would he do that if you had it in front of him?
Because I think you're the imposter,
Yeah,
and I know you won't know it.
No,
Okay.
okay, all right, give me a name.
Give us a name. Give us a name.
Jay.
Your turn, Ro.
No, this guy's, dude. Okay, I don't know the show, so can we verify that or not?
He's the imposter. He's the imposter. Oh, nobody doesn't know this shit.
Okay, Kush, this guy is taking you for the biggest ride of all time.
See, I'm in a pickle because his knowledge is very good and he's
He
figured out.
does. He knows the show. I know he knows the show.
But okay, you obviously don't know what Jay is. So Jay is a big enough clue for me to know character and show. To me, that is enough information to say you're the imposter.
But he already knows the show.
But I also know you don't know enough about this character on the show, so like I don't know who to go to now.
All right, I'll tell you one thing right here, right? Sen gave famous as the first clue. That is an outrageous clue. Then he went cartoon, which was figure it outable.
This is a great clue for something like this.
It is.
When you think about it, it's a great
If you
clue.
knew who it was, Ro, you would know that this person is one
That
of the
is
most
an argument.
famous
That's an argument that someone who doesn't know what the clue
characters
says.
of all time.
Can you give me a?
I did. I gave you
Iconic
orchestra.
character.
I gave you orchestra. Okay, fine.
All right, boys, it's dragging on. Let's get to some sort of conclusion here. If you want to vote the imposter,
vote
I'll go blackboard. Said, are you?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Is he the imposter?
How could I be the imposter?
Oh.
You can't. Look, if you want to vote for me, I'll get the win.
boys, let's do a vote now.
Okay, we'll do
This
a
is
vote.
dragged on.
Let's do a vote.
Let's start with Ro. Ro, who are you
It's
voting?
obviously Sen. I think it's Sen.
And why do you think it's Sen?
Because he dropped in famous and he figured out the show, so now he can give clues like associated with the show. He chucked in some Jay nonsense. God knows who Jay is in this show.
God, Jay, one would say it's pivotal in the show. All
All right, you say your case. Kush, who do you think it is?
I think it's going to be. Ro. You haven't sold me a dream here.
You're an idiot.
Why do you think it's Ro?
Because you haven't sold me a dream. I can't believe Sen would have picked it out in the first round. I can't understand how Sen would have picked it out.
Okay, so what was the first round? You went Hedges?
I went Hedges,
What did I go?
famous. I don't know where you went.
Well, apparently you didn't like my clue.
Yeah, I don't know where
I
you went.
actually forgot what you said.
Yeah, I have no idea. But he couldn't. Could he have picked it out from Hedges?
Yes, because he's just going through Big Bang Theory. How you made
No,
another?
no, it's
Bang,
you.
what's
It's you.
next?
I'm voting for you. Sen,
All right,
who
so you
voting
vote.
for?
Sen, who are you voting for?
Obviously, I'll jump on my train.
Wait, how does this game work?
You just have to choose.
So guess who it is, Sen. Guess who it is.
First, vote imposter first of all.
We'll go Ro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, shock.
And then who's the person?
Homer Simpson, isn't it?
You idiot, Kush.
So the game,
did you get
so the
that?
game would have ended even before you guessed because you voted the wrong imposter.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
fooled Kush basically.
Correct.
Yeah.
I was playing Mafia, to be honest. I was playing the
How
wrong
did you
game.
get it from the first round?
He said bold. That gave it away.
Yeah, bald is such a big clue, dude. You gave that. Oh, that is a huge clue. Because bald.
So, but apparently not for you because you thought,
No, I said Hedges, which was. I'm assuming you know what the Hedges.
The meme.
yeah, Ned
meme,
Flanders
yeah,
Hedges.
And when he got it with the
Homer coming
bald,
out
he
of
would
there.
have.
And I think he like tripled down on him,
Yeah.
cartoon. He was saying all these sort of things.
No, but if I said bald, why didn't you pick, oh, yeah, it makes sense. Homer Simpson's bald. He's got to be good. Then he went
Because
famous.
both you have a very general knowledge of The Simpsons. That's
Yeah.
why I was like, I think you know where it's going.
Yeah.
That's why. That was a tough one. It was a tough one. It was a great game, Mix. Great game.
Orchestra. Doesn't Lisa play in
Lisa
an
plays
orchestra?
sax.
Yeah.
It's over, bro.
I'm just upset
sorry,
that we
Ro.
lost.
I'm sorry. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
That's my bad.
As always, this episode is brought to you by the spring cleaning champions Manscaped. This season, make sure to groom your carpets and the drapes with the leaders in below the waist grooming. Manscaped, please clear out that winter bush with Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 and watch your confidence blossom like the springtime flowers. Boys, wow. I had another spectacular experience with Manscaped. I actually gave away one of the razors, one of the straight blades.
Mm.
One of my friends was asking, "Hey boys, do you have any spare razors that you can give me?" I said, "Don't worry about that. Let me sort you out here, my friend. You don't need to use the Gillettes of the world. You can use Manscaped single razor, unbelievable shave. The lawnmower works. You get 20% off at checkout with the code TCB. Check them out. Support manscaped.com.
Righty, we're back with Compare and Contrast, aka the tier list segment. And this week, we're tier listing cartoons from our childhood. Got a great list. I'm actually very excited.
A lot of heavy hitters here.
Yeah, there's not a single bad one in here, to be honest. But
There's one.
I don't know. We'll get to it, but I wouldn't say that.
as per usual, we have 5 tiers. The bottom tier is trash. The second bottom tier is last resort. The middle tier is serviceable. The second top tier is good. And the top tier is GOAT. We have 12, I think, cartoons to go through. So we'll go through the first one, which is Fairly Odd Parents. Little Timmy Turner has 2 fairy godparents, Cosmo and Wanda.
Little Timmy.
And he just wishes the most gnarliest things. And his babysitter is his biggest enemy. There's the Crimson Chin. It's just a great show. Any thoughts?
I have one core memory about this show, and it was in the early schooling careers, and me and a mate, whenever it was quiet in class, one of us would just go, Dinkelberg, just out loudly. Because that was the OG, like, Ned Flanders, Homer Simpsons. That's what it felt like. Not even the OG, actually. Simpsons came first.
Yeah.
It just felt like a copy of the Simpsons, the Flanders-Homer relationship. But yeah.
Dinkelberg was the neighbor, right?
Yeah, Dinkelberg was the neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was literally a carbon copy of Flanders, I'd say.
Like a goody two shoes.
Yeah, it's goody two shoes. That's the only thing I remember about the show.
Looking at the list, I would say I wouldn't put this quality-wise as one of the best ones, but I feel like this is one I watched probably one of the most.
One of the most.
Yeah.
I've watched a disgusting amount of Fairly Odd Parents, and I don't know why. Was it on what was it on?
It was on ABC, I'm pretty sure.
ABC 3?
ABC 3.
I thought it was like on Nickelodeon as well at the time.
It was
and
originally on Nickelodeon, but
was-
we saw it on ABC 3.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was treated to Foxtel, so maybe that's why as well. I saw it a lot.
Oh, very nice.
Back
Still in
the
the
day.
young days. Wowee.
That's when it was good still.
But can you remember a single episode of
No,
Fairly Odd Parents?
I can't remember.
No,
single-
exactly. That's what I mean. I've watched a lot, but I still can't remember
I remember
anything.
bits and pieces. I remember Doug Dimmadome.
Yeah, I remember all these things, but I can't. You couldn't tell me the storyline of a single episode,
No, I
which makes it
can't.
a bit forgettable.
I feel like I can tell you the general gist of every episode, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Timmy was a little shit though.
He was a little
Little
dickhead.
T. He's a little
He's
Timmy.
not a very
dude.
likable character.
No,
I
he
have
was
to
a
say.
wimp.
Yeah.
So where are we putting Fairly Odd Parents?
I think this is just like in the middle
Serviceable.
tier. Serviceable. Like, you come back home after a rough, school day. Not bad to watch.
Would
Yeah,
you watch
if-
it right now? You reckon it holds up? Would you happily watch an episode?
No, I don't think I would because I don't care for the storylines. I don't have many nostalgic memories. I just remember watching it.
I would also say in some of the other shows in the list, I have gone back to out of curiosity. I haven't gone back to this one out of curiosity.
Is the Fairly Odd Parents you're watching because it's just on?
Yes,
Like, you're
I
not-
think quintessential.
Mm.
But it's not boring enough to switch off.
Correct, exactly.
That's why I'm not going to put it any lower than a serviceable.
I'm happy with service.
Yeah.
Next up, we have One Piece, the English dub.
We're not going original.
Not going the original. As seen on Toasted TV back in the day.
I remember waking up. I think it was a 7:30 job, 7 o'clock job. Waking up, One Piece is on the screen. I remember watching it in English dubbed.
Mm.
It was good, and it's still going.
How
That
is
is
it
the
still
problem.
fucking going?
That's
It's
the
up to
thing.
like 1,000 and something.
And it's got a current ongoing live action adaptation as well right now.
Dude,
Yeah.
my mum was watching on Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I actually thought it was great. I
She liked it. I didn't watch it, but she was loving it apparently. Monkey D. Luffy and them.
Dude, it's actually not bad. I didn't mind it at all. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the story is only 60% complete.
Mm.
Yeah.
Isn't this premise he's finding a treasure?
Fine. Well, we don't know what One Piece is. It could
Yeah.
be something real, could be fictional, but yeah.
Could be metaphorical.
Could be metaphorical. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Find it, brother. End this fucking series.
No, but I will say, like, that was the first like anime I saw. One Piece was like the first anime I got introduced to.
yeah.
And I really remember like frothing at the mouth to go watch it in the morning.
Yeah.
Like I
It
literally
sounds
watched
like a separate problem, brother.
You're ravenous for Monkey D. Luffy.
every morning I would go and sit and I would watch One Piece episode after episode.
yeah.
And when we got to high school, people were like reading the manga, starting again, the whole
Yeah,
series again,
yeah,
watching
yeah.
like literally binge watching 50 episodes per day.
Yeah. Have you gone back to it as an adult to watch One Piece?
Nah.
It's really interesting to go back and watch One Piece because when you're watching it as a kid, it's fun. It's a bit of an adventure.
Yeah, the guy's arms are spaghetti. They just shoot out from his shoulders.
When you go back and watch it, it's way more interesting because he's like, it's all in the POV of this guy who's like, spaghetti arms.
Mm.
But the way they like sprinkle some of the dark aspects of the world, the slavery, the piracy, but it's all in from the kid's perspective. Hey, I thought it was a bit of a genius touch there from One Piece.
Who's
So-
your favorite character?
Favorite character? I like sword guy. What's the sword guy?
Zoro.
Zoro, yeah, 3 sword bloke.
Mm.
The staple. As a kid, you get attracted to the most dangerous, the most badass of characters.
I just like the fact that he always had to have his hat. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Little straw hat.
It's
Yeah.
an endearing factor. For a
yeah,
character,
like
you
he
know?
loses his hat, he's got to grab it. He's got to put it back on. It's quite nice.
All right, so where are we putting One Piece?
I think this is good.
I think it's good with the cult following it still has. There's a couple people in our football team still religiously watch it, so I think it's
Really?
held up the test of time. Good show. You guys enjoyed it as a kid.
Yeah, but a show's got to know when to finish. This one hasn't. So
It's
good.
going on for too long. Find the ending.
All right, next one. Naruto. Again, the English dub.
I haven't seen Naruto. I know its influence with people running with their hands behind their back, school classes.
Yeah.
So I know it's a very popular show, but I don't know much about it other than, of course, the guy's got the headband as well, spiky gelled hair, very popular anime.
I have an anecdote, right? So this is probably the anime I watched the most as a kid. When I was probably like, let's call it 11, 12. As you said, the headbands they wear, right? They've got a little metal thing in front. I looked up YouTube videos on how to make those headbands at home, right?
Good.
And then one of the key essential items is you got a super glue or really hot glue gun, the metal thing to headband. So I did that on a wooden table with nothing between the headband and the table. I lifted it up. It was stuck, right? But I was able to wriggle it out. And when I lifted it up, table's ruined. And I got a spray from my mum, all right? I don't know what that has to do with where we rank it, but that's how much I loved and enjoyed and how iconic this show was for me. I played there was an Xbox 360 game about it where you put in the fucking, what do you call it? Whatever they do with their hands.
Sharingan?
The
Is that-
jutsus, bro.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
jutsus.
jutsus.
Yeah, love that game, dude.
Yeah, I've watched Naruto the most as well, and I loved it as a kid. Loved it, loved
Had
it,
a
loved
grip
it.
on me.
Dude, I've still got like toys of like Kakashi just sitting in my room.
I think the moment
Yeah, that geezer, dude.
the moment a show can get you to buy a video game, buy some toys,
Make a headband.
yeah, God, the influence is there, man. Is this great? Is this the GOAT?
No, because I don't know. All I'm going to say is I also haven't seen it, so I can't comment on the actual show itself. I can comment on my asshole, however, with multiple people doing some sort of 1,000 years of pain
1,000 years of death.
up the bum. And so constantly inferior in primary school, I had to live in absolute fear, hands behind my back, protecting the anus.
My lord, I didn't know where that was going.
Is that Naruto? That is Naruto, right? Yeah. All right. It's danger, bro. Danger. I remember these kids actually are throwing knives from Naruto. Like,
They got the shurikens.
Shurikens.
I think they were in real life.
Oh,
as well,
dude,
but yeah.
speaking of that, I named my first PSN Shuriken King.
Yeah.
Don't add me, but after Naruto.
There was I never saw those kids, but the kids around me were so obsessed with like Naruto. They went to my house.
Yeah.
They gave us they brought like real life shurikens.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and then we were just trying to chuck
Like
it
metal.
trying to chuck it at birds.
I wouldn't really admit that on
Yeah, I
a
wouldn't
on a
admit that
show.
either.
What the?
Yeah, we had just thrown knives. We were just pegging them at like trees and birds and everything.
You should stop incriminating yourself.
Is that a crime?
I think so, dude.
When you're like 10, it's not a crime, but it's just a bit of fun.
I'm gonna
Moving on. So Naruto had a second series as well, Shippuden, and that recently came to an end, I think 3 or 4 years ago. So unlike One Piece, they knew when to end the show. So where are we putting Naruto?
Did the influence this has culturally? I think this has to be the GOAT, like one of the GOATs, surely.
Is it the GOAT though?
I feel like there are multiple goats.
There are multiple
Yeah,
goats.
there are multiple GOATs in this game, but do we consider like
Just quietly, Naruto's only 8.4 on IMDb.
IMDb can suck eggs, bro. I don't
Well,
care.
when you have like 2,000 episodes, you're allowed to have a few stinkers in there.
you got a lot of filler episodes? One would say.
heaps of filler.
Let
Is it
them-
more iconic than One Piece?
No, I would say
No,
One
I
Piece
think
is.
One Piece is more iconic.
I think so too.
I would
But
say
for
their
us,
level.
I think One Piece is more iconic.
Well, I mean, One Piece and Avatar have got live action adaptations. I don't think Naruto has ever gotten one. I
Doesn't need one, mate.
think there is one coming out actually. So
Is there?
yeah, I think so. So based on that, maybe then it is good.
Maybe it's on par.
I think it's on par.
Good show.
Good.
Well, maybe we'll reassess at the end, potentially.
All right, so Naruto goes into good. Next up, we have Dragon Booster.
I couldn't tell you anything about Dragon Booster.
What?
I have no recollection
Dude,
of this show.
This was an ABC3 classic on roller coaster on afternoons.
But you know, this is the thing. I used to always come back after school and watch the shit out of Dragon Booster.
So I think it was at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the
Yeah, yeah,
afternoon.
yeah.
For those who don't
Wow.
know, what is Dragon Booster?
You literally just They were just characters that just had dragons. That's it. But the most groundbreaking thing about this was the animation. I remember that wowed me as a kid. It's like a mixture of 2D, 3D, and anime.
I think it was pretty much 3D animation, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they also had 2D dragons in there as well. They spliced it. Like, they were experimental with this stuff.
Let me tell you what Dragon Booster was competing against, right?
Yeah.
You go from school, 4 o'clock, that's high five. 4:30, a little bit of go stop. 5 o'clock, deal or no deal. I chose all those things over Dragon Booster or whatever.
Dude. Release the Dragon? Remember
Oh,
that?
oh.
Dude, and they used to like ride the dragons, and then like he would turn gold when he rode the dragon.
The designs were immaculate. The music, beautiful. But here's the thing. I think it only lasted one season, 39 episodes, because I think the competition was really tough and it was expensive to make because the animation was actually like groundbreaking back then. It still holds up. No, I'm not even joking.
How was the storyline?
So it was.
What did they do with their dragons?
Just fought like every other anime. That's all it was. Every anime is that.
Basically, the main character was the chosen one, the hero, to stop an impending war
Jose.
between humans and dragons.
Right.
Isn't that a great story? Doesn't
No,
that grip you?
I
So
like
good
dragons.
it lasted one season.
No, but I think I just double check.
39 episodes.
39 episodes.
Yeah, Dragon Booster's not even the best dragon show, bro. That belongs to Jake Long, the American Dragon. That to me was a better show than Dragon Booster, which, like, I don't think if you're surveying a room of like 100 people,
Yeah.
dead set 15 of them have watched Dragon Booster.
Where's Triple Cheese? I need my man. He's a massive Dragon Booster fan.
Dragon Booster was niche. It was absolutely niche because it only lasted. I just kept watching reruns because that's all
Yeah.
you could do when there's only 39 episodes.
No,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
yeah.
the show ended on a cliffhanger as well.
It was about you're about to enter an academy, the Dragon Academy. I remember this.
So they set it up for a second
It was a
season.
cliffhanger, bro. They were edging you. Like, you're about to get to the academy, man.
No, you just didn't have the budget to fulfill the story.
And the academy sounded sick, bro. They were gonna learn, like, spend more time learning about new dragons, finding new dragons. But unfortunately, we never got to see it. An absolute tragedy.
It can't be serviceable. What's unserviceable right now?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Is it better than Fairly Odd Parents? I think everyone's seen Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Dragon Booster's like the nichest show ever.
Oh.
I don't know. This could be a hot take.
I'm going out to bat for a last resort here.
Oh, last
That
resort.
hurts me. That really does hurt
I'm
me.
okay. I guess as given the influence has it's quite minimal. It must be last resort, but it hurts. The quality was there. for
I
Dragon
don't think
Booster.
it wasn't as famous, but I reckon it's up there with Naruto as having that big of an effect on me as a kid.
Yeah.
Dragon
I was
Booster.
ravenous for that show.
Dude, Dragon Booster is excellent.
Like, I wish we could call someone off the roadcaster right now, Kush. I'll give Triple Cheese a call. He will actually talk for 20 minutes straight about how much he loved Dragon Booster.
Maybe also could talk 20 minutes about cars, but that's besides the point, man.
All right, so Dragon Booster, we're putting in last resort. All right, next up we have SpongeBob SquarePants. Wowee. Do we even need to discuss this?
Well,
Are you ready, kids?
Oh, dude, how
Aye,
many-
Captain.
how many iconic moments did SpongeBob have? Quotable lines.
Even to this day, how many memes
Memes.
still are super relevant when
The SpongeBob when he does this.
Yeah, the rainbow one.
Rainbow one.
Yeah, and then there's like the filter, what's it called? Ugly Squidward or the handsome Squidward.
Oh,
filters,
that's
bro.
right,
They're all
yeah.
here.
Yeah, iconic characters as well. Wow.
Dude, the juxtaposition between SpongeBob's cheeriness, the Squidward, just very dry old.
100%.
sour man.
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff
Da-
in the movie. SpongeBob the movie. That was a
the
great
movie.
That was
movie.
a great movie, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would actually happily still watch SpongeBob.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I kind of want, after talking about this now, I kind of want to go home now and watch a few episodes.
When I used to watch SpongeBob as a kid, my dad would watch with me. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't go off to his own thing; he would watch.
He was invested in the storyline. The
Classic
SpongeBob
show,
Squidward.
man.
Dude, the theme song as well. Wow.
No, there's literally nothing bad about SpongeBob.
Oh, dude, a few moments later. Like that's
Yeah,
also
come
we've
on.
used that a few times in the podcast.
Yeah,
10 minutes later.
Dude, how good.
The effect is strong. I remember even like when we were playing COD Zombies, people would mod to then make a SpongeBob map for COD
Yeah,
Zombies.
yeah.
That's the effect of it, man. We went to a fucking zombies game, dude.
Who was your favorite character in SpongeBob?
Squidward. Man, Squidward. I love Squidward, man.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Easily
Oh, yeah,
Mr.
Mr. Krabs
Krabs,
was good as well.
dude. Do you relate to any of the characters in SpongeBob? Because I find as I'm getting older, I'm becoming more and more like Squidward.
Mm.
Is that the beauty of it? You know, as a kid, you're like, oh, who would want to be Squidward? Everyone wants to be cheery SpongeBob, but as you learn the pains of life, you start to realize Squidward,
Dude.
maybe he's not so wrong.
Squidward did nothing wrong. He was in the right. SpongeBob was a little shit.
Squidward's just trying to work at the Krusty Krab.
Exactly.
And
Man
then
just wanted to make a living.
all of a sudden, this goof in the back can't even make a Krabby Patty half the time.
But-
Forgot the recipe. Remember that one? Wow.
But as an adult, Gotta recognize you need both sides.
You do.
need your SpongeBob. You need your Squidward. That's the beauty of the show. Universality.
Do you need a bit of Patrick?
No,
No,
Patrick,
no,
that guy's got to
Well, hey,
go.
get outta
Hot
here.
take, I actually didn't care for Patrick.
Even-
Genuinely did not give a fuck.
Even as a kid,
Yeah.
I agree.
He was
This
too dumb.
You didn't like the silly, goofy mood?
Nah.
Nah.
Nah,
not care.
it was always the riveting conflict between SpongeBob and Squidward that always got me.
Yeah.
It was always those two.
I like the Plankton, Mr. Krabs little
Oh,
feud.
dude. Plankton's a great character as
Chum
well.
Bucket.
Yeah. It was always
That's
a penny.
hang on. Chum Bucket is a wild name.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
It's one letter off being the most heinous thing.
Dude, I will say Plankton had the most saddest life ever.
Yeah.
Like just crushing defeat after crushing defeat. I feel so bad for him.
Just desperately wants the secret formula.
And didn't he get in one episode? I swear he got the secret formula, didn't he?
I don't remember.
Oh, am I misremembering this?
No,
I feel like he
probably
did,
did.
and I feel like he wasn't satisfied or something.
I will say that
It's a great storyline right there.
That he's chasing this
dream.
thing, but once he has it, he realizes it doesn't fulfill him.
also ahead of their time. He was married to a computer.
There you go. A robot.
Did they create that, maybe?
Man versus robot.
Wow.
I will say though, when I was a kid, I was ravenous to have a Krabby Patty.
Yeah.
I wanted to try one so badly.
Yeah. It's just a beef hamburger at the end of the day.
And the
but-
best, the side characters in SpongeBob were the best as well. Just the random like patrons.
The guy that broke his leg all the time.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
you're
side
right.
characters were hilarious.
Yeah, that is true. Go. Send it straight to the
send
go.
It has to be go.
Send it up.
Right, next up we have Beyblade. I actually didn't care for Beyblade.
I didn't care for the show.
Mm.
I agree.
I owned Beyblades.
Did you actually?
Yeah,
Dude.
I owned the arena, the plastic arena you duel them in.
Mhm.
And I had Beyblades, I had all sorts.
Bro,
I mixed and matched like the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Can someone explain how you actually played Beyblade? Isn't it all the same shit? Isn't it just
let
grabbing?
it
No,
rip,
bro, there are
brother.
attack Beyblades and there are defense Beyblades.
Oh, actually?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Some of them keep the territory and the other ones try to get the other ones out of the territory, right? You need different weights. Wow.
Actually?
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought it
Beyblade-
was just whoever could rip it the hardest and then it's in gravity's hands.
Nah,
after
there's a
that.
bit of that as well. There's technique, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
It's not just RNG, but a lot of it is also to do with the Beyblade you use.
Did you have what was the main character? The main Beyblade? Does anyone remember?
It was like a blue one. I
The
forgot
blue
what
one,
it
the
was. Like the
dragon or
dragon that
whatever.
popped out of
Did
it.
anyone have that?
Again, didn't care for the show one bit.
I was only allowed one, man. That's it.
You only had one
I only
Beyblade.
had one Beyblade. That was I used to host arenas in school, man. I used
With
to
one, but with one.
Yeah, with one. I used to have like the little silver ring that you could
Hmm.
create just outside the library, 10, 15 people calling over. We had a Beyblade arena. We had like a Yu-Gi-Oh side there, Pokemon. Beyblade, man. Everyone was ready for the fight, dude.
Mm.
Everyone was ready for it.
You know what was the worst part? When he got stuck. You get stuck, you try to rip it and get stuck, dude. That's a core memory of mine.
And if anything, it's prepared me for a petrol lawnmower. It's the same motions. man.
Yeah, you just let it rev.
Yeah,
So wait, did anyone actually watch the show?
I didn't watch the show.
Look, I've got another anecdote about the game itself. Sack the show off.
All right, let's hear it.
Beyblade went international because when I was in India, like when I was very young, all I remembered is for hours and hours we were just battling Beyblades
Yeah.
in that plastic thing that Migs had for hours. Just the most fun you could have as a kid. You click the Beyblade in, you twist it a little bit, and then you just rev it, and then you hear the clinks. They were so satisfying when it was like hitting each other.
They bounce back and they come together.
Yeah, come together. Oh, it was a little dance, bro. It was a little tango.
You go up the sides of the arena and come back down. Wow.
Oh.
But we have to acknowledge there is a TV show out there that we were meant to watch as part of this tier list.
I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Same.
But okay.
I just found it comical that it was a fight between good and evil, the fate of the universe on the line. And these little fuckwits are getting the little toys out and ripping them. Like, bro, fight each other. Like, what are you doing?
You know what I remember about them was whenever they do that, their shirts would also get damaged. But like they're not involved in the fight. They would just rip it and they get all dirty and their shirts would be damaged.
Imagine that in real life. It's two gangland wars. They're trying to settle their differences through Beyblade.
It's a Beyblade.
So goofy, bro.
Do you reckon the TV show was secondary to the toy?
I think so. I
In
think
terms of they made the toy first, like, you know what, we got to promote this. Let's
Nah.
make a show.
no,
No,
it's pretty much like how Transformers, like the
Yeah.
whole movie and TV show, was made to sell the toys.
Correct.
No way. I think Beyblades surely came second.
Sure, I reckon it came from the show, but
Yeah.
then the toys took it.
Overtook it.
Overtook it way.
Yeah.
So where are we putting Beyblade? I wouldn't say it's trash.
No.
As a show?
As a show.
No, but you can't discount the fact that the merch is insane.
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree.
Yeah, if we're going merch alone, mate, it's
See, sending it up.
numero uno or dos. I might say dos, but Factoring in there was a show that we didn't watch.
I think serviceable, respectfully.
Yeah.
Above Dragon Booster.
No, because the show to me was like probably last resort. Actually, it might not even be last resort. I don't think I.
No, I think the show was decent. I just can't remember it. Like, respectfully. I think it's like
It's the toy that boosts it up. It gives it a
Yeah.
little nudge.
All right, so
I think
serviceable.
serviceable. I think serviceable is good.
All right, next one. Similar vein. Bakugan.
This is another shill of toys, dude. I tried to get into this. You bought it. You put the card down, had a magnet in it, and then you
Dude.
put your little fucking little blob on it. Bang, dude. Bakugan.
Okay, I loved the show. I really did.
Really?
I truly loved it. I truly loved it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy like Bakugan because I want to play the game. And it's just so underwhelming. Like
Yeah.
it's so underwhelming.
What did
'Cause,
you
like,
expect?
in the show, right? The balls, you chuck the balls onto the cards, and then it like turns into a big monster, right? And then obviously it's not happening in real life. The thing like just like splits up.
Yeah,
and it
little
becomes-
pops out.
it's like the size of a marble and gets a little bit bigger, and you're like, oh, you don't even know how to play Bakugan. Like the rules don't make sense.
No, but the show is like a mixture of like Digimon and Pokemon all together because you've got the same style, but you have the dragons. Man.
Yeah. But I was trying to figure out like whether it's a good show or not, or I was just kidding. I really like the idea. It's rated 5.5 on IMDb.
It's trash.
Yeah, but as a kid, you're not going to Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb to figure out the critical acclaim of Bakugan.
I reckon even as a kid, I knew it was a shit TV show.
Well, I didn't watch it.
I remember seeing like a couple of episodes and being like, this is pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure I just gave it up and watched something else. Like I would go to a different show that had like much more big of a hold to me, essentially.
I think for me, Bakugan had a massive hold, but I don't think it was a good show.
Because I remember this was
Respectfully.
on Toasted TV, so you'd
Yeah.
get up and watch like TV shows in the morning. So I was very dedicated. I would get up at 6 o'clock to watch the TV shows. But even me, as a dedicated fan, turned the TV off when Bakugan came off. I'd rather get ready for school than watch this shit. Trash, man. It has to be trash. All right, next one. Another seminal classic. Dragon Ball Z.
Oof.
Wow.
This is one of the main ones of the genre.
One of the all-time greats.
Dude, when school finished, I was locked the fuck in the show. I'm telling you, man. Dude, the universe was on the line.
Mm.
The universe, man, you tuned in for Goku saving the world, and I can't tell you how I was into that show, man. One of the best memories of my life.
This
watching
is
Dragon
like
Ball
pretty
Z.
much, isn't this one of the OG animes? Like,
Yeah.
like came out in the late, maybe early 90s or something, or mid 90s.
I'll say like about Dragon Ball Z. Obviously, this is an amazing show. What like why I really liked it is I think the battle scenes were just insane. Like the fight scenes, like that was the introduction, and it was spectacular. Goku versus Vegeta, Goku versus Frieza,
Classics.
Goku
Absolute
versus
classics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Boo,
Like-
Majin Buu, dude.
All the boos, mate. What were the other ones?
Oh, was it? I just remember Majin Buu.
Majin
only.
Buu is
There's
what
a
I
big
remember.
boy, there's a slim boy, there's a
slim
small one as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there was 3 Boos.
Like all these battles were just amazing. The only gripe I have is they went over like 20 episodes. Like they're still
Yeah,
fighting, 30 episodes later.
That's class though.
But I don't know. There's
When they
something
did
about
the
Dragon.
fusion, man.
the fusion was sick, dude. The dance that they did. I remember in high school, primary school, we used to do the dance to see if anything would happen.
And then you talked about Goku, Vegeta. Towards the end, they fused together.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is that character arc, mate? Wow.
And then like they had kids who came back from the future, like Trunks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But also, like, think about the theme song for all of these shows. Like, a lot of them actually had songs. This one was just 3 words. And it was just a guy going, Dragon Ball Z. That's all it was
And
doing.
it was just a really aggressive guitar.
Rock,
like,
yeah, it was
yeah,
total
yeah.
rock punk. It was awesome, dude. It got you in the zone.
Dude, it was the
man.
most like masculine show I've seen in my life. And then going Super Saiyan.
Oh, yeah. That's
Dude,
like-
surely
wow.
I reckon everyone as a kid, every guy as a kid, stood in front of the mirror and just went,
Yeah.
Just
Or
see
chuck
if
a
they would
little
go-
Kamehameha.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying?
dude.
I remember like I would get like those balls in like a ball pit. I would have that in my hand and just like throw it with a little Kamehameha.
But yeah, the fights went for too long. I remember when Goku did the Spirit Bomb. He charged it up over like 4 episodes.
Spirit! Like just non-stop.
Dude, but he had to, because he's like, everyone around the world, put your hands up. And I was 5-year-old Sen was putting his hand up in the living room.
But that's what I mean. The stakes were so high. It was
Yeah.
meta. It translated outside of the TV, man.
And this I remember watching it first on Cheese TV. So this was like before Toaster TV. This is like the OG one. This has got to be.
I like it.
I think this is GOAT, man. I'm telling you, I love
Are we saying this is
show.
GOAT as well?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's GOAT. I don't know. I could be convinced, but there.
What's the downside? The only downside is that it went for too long, the fight scenes, maybe.
Yeah.
Actually,
But-
you're right. What are the
But as
downsides?
a kid, bro, you loved the fight
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah,
You loved
yeah.
it,
What were the
man.
other ones? Dragon Ball like GT? No? GX?
No, that's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
The original was Dragon Ball.
There's Dragon
and then
Ball, Dragon Ball Z. There's one more as well. I forgot what it
Wasn't it?
was, but there's. I think I played a lot of Dragon Ball games. You know what? Actually, what are the downsides? You're right.
Nah, I'm happy to put this
I
in
think
GOAT
this is GOAT,
respectfully. It's just
yeah.
amazing.
All right, so Dragon Ball Z is in GOAT. We have 3 more remaining, and I feel these are going to be heavy hitters as well. All right, we'll start with Pokemon.
This, how games galore. So many shows, so many movies. I spent my childhood watching all of these.
I spent my childhood playing
The
games.
games.
Watching video games, card game.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, great assortment of stuff. Like, it's like a nice little biscuit packet, but we're talking about the shows.
No,
That's
no,
fine.
nah,
Let's
you
talk
gotta-
about the. No, we're talking about everything, but fine. Let's talk about the shows, mate. Ash Ketchum. Wow. He embodied what I wanted to be as a kid.
Dude, Ash Ketchum was a Poon Slayer as well. Every single season, he had them lined up.
Bro, it's some riz.
Misty, May, all of them, bro.
Went to different regions, man.
I will say the characters that I hated most in any TV show were the twins. The one with the purple
No.
hair.
Team Rocket?
Team
Dude,
Rocket.
Team
I
Rocket?
hated them, man. They were
Nah,
the
dude.
worst, bro.
Dude,
I hated
Team
it.
Rocket is like, I reckon, the most popular Halloween costume right now. Like a couple's costume. Jesse and James.
I never really
Meowth.
watched Pokemon, to be honest.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like again, I played the games. There were like, for example, in high school, the first thing everyone did when the government issued us all Year 9 laptops, they were like, "Hey, let's get an emulator so we can play Pokemon."
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the show, and like my cousins were really into Pokemon, and we used to play on the DS, like catching, Pokemon. That was really fun. But I think the show was not that good.
I never
It
got absorbed
was,
to it.
dude.
I always
The
tuned for the.
show was class, man.
I always tuned in for the others. Never stopped to be like, I'm going to watch a full episode of Pokemon.
There was an
Never.
arc, man. He had to get all the badges. He had to beat Team Rocket. Oh my God. What do you mean?
And they were emotional. One of the greatest episodes is when Ash frees Butterfree. Oh, dude, I was crying that episode.
Look,
When
to
he
me-
thought
crying.
Pikachu was dead.
Oh.
That really shaped Miguel as a kid.
When
Those
he goes
moments.
to the Squirtle village and he sees all the Squirtles and his Squirtle sees all these other friends. Oh, dude.
to me, I think like you were a Pokemon guy or like you were a Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
Yeah.
And I respectfully,
both.
There's a Venn diagram. I think Sen and I sit in the
No,
middle.
I was firmly Yu-Gi-Oh in this one.
me too. But I'll let you guys, because I understand. Obviously, it's an iconic show. The games itself were very fun to play. I will say that. But it was a little bit of a grind. Do you know what I mean?
That's why I loved it.
He carries Nintendo, man, as a whole conglomerate,
Yeah.
man.
And
It's
then
the
let's-
backbone.
Let's not forget about the whole that Pokemon Go had on the
Oh,
world
in
for like a year.
2016,
Yeah,
yeah.
where everyone was walking outside trying to like swing
Walking
the
like
balls.
go to roads, people are zombies outside trying to catch. I think it was like the Mewtwo or the Charizard
That
out
was
there.
Yeah.
the Snorlax, dude. Everyone wanted to get the Snorlax. But I will say as well, the TV show recently, so obviously the show was going for 20-something years. Ash, his whole goal was to become Pokemon champion. I think it was in 2021 or 2022, he finally beat like the champion and he became Pokemon champion. It's like one of the most viewed episodes of all time. I was crying, man.
Where do you want to put it, Sen and Mix?
Goat.
Goat, dude.
It's GOAT, dude.
Goat.
Okay,
There's no
GOAT.
way.
It's GOAT, dude.
For me, it's good, but I recognize the importance. Happy to put it in GOAT.
All right, next up we have Avatar The Last Airbender.
Can't say I've watched it. Anyone else?
I'm watching it for the first time as a 26-year-old. And then you actually convinced me to watch it. You said this is the best TV show I've ever seen. It's the number one, this and that. My partner's saying about how she watched it when she was 23 and she loved it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a go. I've been watching it every day at my lunch break, just watching an episode. Season 1, honestly, pretty mid. I don't know if it's for me, you know what I mean, as an adult. But season 2, the second half, when they're in Ba Sing Se, that is getting kind of good right now. It's getting a little bit, I'm interested to see what happens next. Where's Upper?
Beautiful. Nah, I watched it once as a kid and then twice as an adult, and it still holds up. It's still as good as I remember. And I think it's just the storyline and the characters. Zuko's character arc is amazing. Uncle Iroh.
I don't get the hype with Uncle Iroh. Everyone's saying this guy's the best character of all time.
You haven't watched the episode yet. There is one particular episode.
So you're saying one episode suddenly makes him the best
no,
character?
but it's obviously you see throughout the whole series how good of a person he
Being
is. But then
invested in the arc.
Then you
Character arc,
see-
development.
the flashback episode, and your heart breaks for him.
I mean, it was popular enough to get a movie. No
and,
good.
We don't
and a
talk
TV
about
show
that.
adaptation.
And a live action TV
Not that
episode.
great as well. I saw 2 episodes and gave up.
I heard the TV adaptation was all right.
It was actually not bad. It was okay. It was decent.
But that's because you've never seen the show either.
But it didn't sell me to go to the animated show. That's what I thought it might have done.
Do you
but
need to watch the animated show to then enjoy?
potentially?
Potentially.
maybe.
I would say potentially, to be honest. I will say my least favorite character is Aang, the main character.
The main character.
He's a bit whiny sometimes. I know he's a child, but he's pretty annoying. But Sokka's good. Zuko, Uncle Iroh. Oh, you can't go wrong.
I mean, everyone talks about this, right? I've only heard good things.
so many super fans, I feel, of Avatar.
It's like the Japan as a holiday destination. It's exactly like this, you know? This is the greatest show of all time. Go watch it.
Not to mention, there's a spin-off as well, Legend of Korra, which is apparently as good.
I used to play Avatar on the DS, like even before watching the show. And even then I remember like the Fire Nation, like, oh, we don't want to touch them. We want to try and beat them. Like all the earth bending. I think bending is sick. I think it's like a concept. Like the idea of like bending water, earth, fire, wind, like that's hectic in and of itself.
You're a big bender, are you?
Loves the bender.
Had that lined up. Where do you want to put it, Sen?
For me, personally, this is GOAT.
I'm happy to do that just for the cultural impact alone.
All right, beautiful. So, Avatar in GOAT. Last up. Wowee. Yu-Gi-Oh!
This,
Up.
boys, come on. This is my childhood in one TV show. The show, the movie, and the card game. Surely the card game, dude, the card game alone could put it up there. Every recess lunch from like kindergarten to year 6, mate, Yu-Gi-Oh! All the time.
All right, well, one quick thing, right? Can you honestly tell me you knew how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Properly?
Yes.
No, not in the beginning because the TV show did not sell it. I think I mentioned this before, but it's like the writers were just making shit up in the TV show. They would reduce 2,000 points for no reason, but then the next one, you gain 6,000 points all of a sudden.
I didn't understand the sacrificing and like the stars.
Oh, come on. 5, 6
dude.
stars, you sacrifice 1. 7, 8 plus, you sacrifice 2. What's so hard to understand,
Bit of
fellas?
calculus. Come on, you'll be all right.
That's the good thing. The game also taught you some maths as well. You had life points. You had to sit there and mentally do the
Yeah,
maths.
Dark Magician has 2,500 attack points, bro. How much does that do to my points?
That's the craziest thing. You can tell me right now, not only can I name the character on the card, I can tell you their attack and defense points to this day.
That is-
Blue Eyes White Dragon, 3,000.
exactly 3,000.
Yeah.
Red Eyes Black Dragon, 2,100.
Wow.
Just-
Was it only 2,100?
Or 2,400. 2,400.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Had a weak defense. I
Had
remember
a
that
weak
as well.
defense. Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. They're so memorable, man. Can't forget the Exodia pieces. The pieces of Exodia, dude. Come
As a
on.
kid, I was thirsty to get my hands on some of the pieces of
And
Exodia.
it all came from that show, dude. That one scene where he whips out the pieces of Exodia. Exodia obliterated. Oh, class, man. Class.
I sometimes rewatch that on YouTube. Like that
one
scene. That
scene?
scene. Yeah. Because the thing is, that's like he's praised for the heart of the cards. And then he like picks up and it's like the last piece, like the head, and he slams it down and he's, on the disc or whatever, and then bang.
You have a
see you
disc,
later.
bro. I have a disc. I have a whole fucking dual disc.
Yeah. I got a dual disc as well. And I remember like the satisfying click when you like lean it back, then you press the button and the dual disc like opens
Oh,
up.
wow.
Yeah. And the click it makes is unbelievable. And then you're sitting there with the little like gripper, putting the cards in.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I'm not going to lie.
Some iconic moments as well. Stuff like sending people to the Shadow Realm.
Oh.
Still say that to this day.
Yeah.
Pot of Greed. That's a meme as well in itself.
You
too.
activated my trap card.
Look. But was the show good?
The show was excellent.
The
Yes,
show was
dude.
good. The
Excellent.
show was good.
I still remember the Yugi vs Kaiba duels, man. They were insane. It was like a 3-episode duel as well, the Yugi vs Kaiba.
Dude,
at the end.
Yugi had an alter ego. How sick was that?
Yeah. That duel was actually insane because that was when Blue Eyes White Dragon, the three, what is it? The
Three of them
three
get summoned,
eyes.
yeah.
No, it was they
He-
combined
they
to Three
combined,
Eyes White
yeah.
Dragon or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
wow. I'll tell you what happened, right? My weekends was me begging my parents to send me to Parkley markets to buy the fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Because then you'd go to school and you'd they were good fakes as well, right? Then you'd have the bloke in school who would inspect the cards to figure out
That
what
was
was
me,
real and what
mate.
was
That
fake.
was me.
Dude,
I
it was
could
actually-
tell.
It was easy to tell the fake
Yeah,
ones.
they were
But
so light brown.
The back ones
Yeah,
were
they were so light brown in the
light.
back.
They were
No.
orangey.
And then it
They
was
were-
misaligned, all the photos and the
You're
text.
getting the bad fakes, brother. You can get good fakes.
You can. I'm sure you can.
Then you got the booster packs, the 7 cards, and then the regular decks, which were like 50 or something, 30 or 50. Then you'd be sitting there in school assembling your cards, playing against your friends, and there'd be stakes. Like that was the first introduction for me to gambling. Because it'd be like, there would be this card on the line. Whoever wins the duel would do it. And then that was also my first introduction to cheating. Because I would learn how to shuffle so that the cards would come to the top and I'd pick up the GOAT cards, chuck them down, and destroy the kid.
That's what they call the heart of the cards.
That's what they call the heart of the cards. So where are we putting this?
Dude,
Dude,
this has to be top.
There's no debate on this one. Send it up.
I think it has to be GOAT. All right, so with Yu-Gi-Oh! And GOAT, the final list is in trash, we have Bakugan. In last resort, we have Dragon Booster. In serviceable, we have Fairly Odd Parents and Beyblade. In good, we have One Piece and Naruto. And in GOAT, we have SpongeBob SquarePants, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Avatar The Last Airbender, and Yu-Gi-Oh!
I can't argue against that. I just
argue
can't.
with that.
0 complaints.
Oh, what an episode. We actually spoke for an hour and a half on the tier list, but Kush is going to have to cut that down.
Yep.
We spoke about another 30 shows. So maybe, Kush, do we have to do a round 2 maybe?
Potentially. I mean, we did spend 20 minutes talking about one of our duels in Yu-Gi-Oh! So
We actually dueled. Sen went home to get his cards, and we dueled.
Let us know if you want to see the footage of that.
Maybe
Otherwise-
next week's game is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. Let us know.
That's actually kind of not that's a pretty gnarly
I still have
idea.
my deck.
Yo, all right, next week we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For the game. All right, that's it. Settled. We'll catch you guys next week.